Hey guys, Sophie here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Sasquatch Pro. We had bikini, figure, masters bikini, and masters figure, so a lot of categories to get through. Let's just get right to it. And in terms of Olympia, I've got the question mark there because I'm presuming the rules for next year will be the same as they were for this year. So last year's top three will automatically qualify, and then the winner of every open contest. So not the Masters, they've got their own Olympia and their own qualification system. The only thing I'm not sure of yet is the qualification period, so we'll just have to wait for that. All right, so beginning with women's bikini open, we've got Deanna in first, Lacey in second, Xinyi in third, Brittany in fourth, and Jordan in fifth. So starting with Jordan in fifth place, she looks beautiful like she always does. I love her hair, that beautiful curl she gets. It's so face framing. Everything is stunning about her hair. She's got a great suit. The color is perfect against her skin. Also, it looks so pretty with the backdrop. I think her conditioning is crazy. Maybe a fine line crossed. I don't know. It's quite vascular. I think you've got a lot of lines. You've got a lot of detail. I think she has to be very careful to still have a little bit of that softness that they like, but I think it looks really cool. I love how sharp her oblique is. I think she's got some fantastic definition around her calves by her kneecaps. Just beautiful overall shape. I think she's got a great quad here. This outlining looks really good. She's got a really nice small waistline. I wouldn't mind if she raised this hand higher to rest the hand on that small part of the waist. And then I think that would help to draw your attention just to how tiny her midsection is, but also it would really widen her upper body. And then I'm not sure if maybe she wasn't quite in her pose yet, but I'm not crazy about this curved arm, just a little bit more naturally falling down towards the side. I think would be a little bit more of an easier looking pose. But overall, she looks awesome. Great tan, beautiful hair and makeup. A fantastic fifth place. All right, next in fourth is Brittany. Gorgeous tan. She's so dark. Beautiful conditioning. The detail in her leg here is awesome. The line is super sharp. I love this groove in her hip. Her waist is incredibly small, and she stands very sideways, which definitely highlights the smallness of the waist and the largeness of the glute. It's quite a contrast. I wouldn't mind if she was maybe a little less sideways. She has such a small waistline. I think she can play around with that. It doesn't have to be such a profile shot. I think if she could get her shoulder to come out a little bit further and then the arm falling more straight down, the glute and the delt would line up a little better, and there'd be a bit more of that like really balanced, perfect hourglass shape. Right now, all of my attention is going to the glute. I'm definitely noticing this width and like the horizontal length of her glute, and I'm not noticing the beautiful width that she has in her upper body as much. The hair, actually, I found maybe it's just the way that it's captured in photos, but I find that the hair, the thickness falling behind her back kind of takes away from the shape of her lat. If there was not this hair and we just saw the backdrop, the empty space, that might help you to see her hourglass shape a little bit better. But overall, I think she looks really cool. It's a great fourth place for her. All right, next and third is Xinyi. Beautiful. Now she's got a nice amount of softness. So she's got great conditioning. You see abs, you see nice outlining of the delts. She's got great detail outlining the quad, that groove in her hip, but you still see a nice roundness and fullness into the quad sweep. I think her glutes look so curvy and a really nice curve into the hamstrings as well. So overall, instead of being super hard and lots of lines, it's a lot softer and rounder, and I think it's such a good look. She's got a really nice midsection, nice flat stomach, great obliques, beautiful curvy shoulders, and I think she's posing really well also. Just it looks very natural, looks very easy, and it definitely highlights the high round shape of her glute. So I think she looks amazing. All right, next and second is Lacey, and I'm loving the balance between the round curviness that she's been able to maintain while having really nice detail. So you've got that great line coming down her leg, you've got a nice oblique, you've got some leanness in her sides. I think her arms look awesome, great definition around the delt, and yet she still has a really nice round shape into the quad. You're seeing the good curve in the hamstring. I really like where the glute and the hamstring come together right here at the bottom, and she's got a lot of size in her glute as well. And the size in the glute looks really nice with the size and width in her upper body. So you're seeing that great curvy S shape to the back, and a really nice overall hourglass. Very wide, coming into very narrow and going back out into wide. I think she's posing really well. Her arms look beautiful. Her toe is so delicately barely touching the floor. It's very flattering to the shape of her leg. Maybe she could have a little bit more roundness into the glute here. I think she's got a lot of size and definitely some gorgeous curve at the bottom, but a bit more roundness and height into the glute right in this part I think would be awesome. But I think she looks really great. I love her hair, that it's off her shoulders. It allows you to see the delts. It allows you to see that width really clearly. You see the lat really nicely, her tiny waistline, and just overall, she looks really cool. All right, and now in first place is Deanna. She just looks lovely. It looks so easy, simple, delicate. The posing isn't exaggerated. She's not too sideways. She's got a nice amount of her shoulders showing. Her midsection is showing towards us, that beautiful kind of 45-degree angle. She's got great curves into the glute. Wow, a really nice round shape. Beautiful amount of conditioning just surrounding the quad a little bit. Like there's just not a crazy amount of lines or vascularity. She just looks the perfect amount of soft and curve with a gentle posing. It's very beautiful. Nice soft hair, pretty makeup. The suit looks really pretty as well on her skin, but also with the backdrop. Her waistline looks very tiny, and you definitely notice that nice width coming into the tiny waistline, and it's the curve of the glute that really gets me. I think she just has a really easygoing, beautiful overall look. It's not too contorted, it's not too hard, it's not too unbalanced. It's just a very nicely matched upper to lower, and she just looks really pretty. Okay, so in the lineup here, I noticed Deanna's waistline. I think she's doing a great job of showing off just how small her midsection is, but not overly twisted to the side. I still feel that Brittany is too sideways. It makes the posing a little bit more awkward compared to Deanna, who's just very natural and easy looking in her posing. Xinyi, I think her posing looks very nice as well. She's got a lot of her torso facing the front. You see both of the shoulders. Her shoulders are particularly impressive. Lacey, I'm noticing this nice line coming down her leg. I'm loving the sweep of her quad here. Jordan has really beautiful definition in the abs in particular. I'm really liking the oblique. But I think when you look at Deanna, it's just this gorgeous overall softness to the shape. The S curve in her back, the fullness in the glute, that nice little bit of curve to the quad sweep. She's just got a really lovely overall shape. Lacey looks really great in her lats, very nice overall size in the lower body. Everybody looks awesome. Deanna in particular, I think in the back pose though, looks pretty exceptional. So here is the back pose. And what catches my eye with Deanna is just the width in her delts compared to the waistline. You really see the wideness coming in, and it's a perfect triangle. She also has really nice roundness into the glutes right in this middle part. I think overall her shape is just a really fantastic hourglass. And the tie-ins come in nice and low, a nice amount of definition, but still there's that fullness and roundness. I find Xinyi beside her has a lot of detail. It's almost a full outlining of the glute and a little bit more of a sharpness into the sides. So I think when you look at Deanna beside her, it's got a bit more of that roundness, which is very pretty. Lacey has a really nice small waistline, beautiful delts, but somehow you don't notice the triangular shape quite as exaggerated as you see it with Deanna, whether it's the hair. I love how much delt she has showing, the way she's posing with her elbows a little bit more out to the side. I think she just really nails this back pose. I thought it was a beautiful first place for her. And of course, this would put her at the top of the list for the 2025 qualified athletes. All right, let's look at our Masters Bikini athletes. So in the 40 plus, first place we had Myra, second Leslie, third Shannon, fourth Jill, and fifth Francesca. So here's Francesca in fifth place. She looks awesome, really muscular. I noticed the shoulders, her lats look really good, and she's got a great midsection too. Super detailed obliques, nice flat stomach, great sweep to the quad, and really nice definition. You've got some good outlining of the quad, but not overly detailed. There's not a bunch of lumps and bumps. It's just a nice smooth shape. I would only do a little differently this back shoulder. I find it's very much to the corner. I would try to pull this one more forward just so that you can see the shape and curve of this back delt. It's just kind of disappearing with the hair, with the angles. I would want to see more of that really big width and that triangular shape into the upper body. But I think she did a great job. The red suit looks fabulous. Her hair, I like the bangs that she has. She just looks really cool. All right, next in fourth is Jill. She looks awesome, super muscular. I noticed the shoulders right off the bat. Great size, gorgeous outlining. She's got a nice amount of size into the lat, a really tiny waistline, great oblique definition, and beautiful groove here in the side of her glute and crazy size in the hamstring. So when I look at Jill, I just see muscular. She's very toned, very big, very tall, dominating presence. She's got nice posing. I like how high up on the toe she is. I think that flatters her calf. It shows off the hamstring. She's got a good amount of this back shoulder showing. The shoulders are nice and level. Like everything looks really good. You're seeing a great shape. I do find that maybe rib-wise, she could try to make sure nothing is being flared just to have a bit more of a softer look into the torso. But that's kind of it. I think overall she's got a great shape, great size, beautiful hair, beautiful color of the suit, looks awesome. And the tan looks really good too. It's a really nice, rich color, and I'm loving all this gloss. So overall, I think she did a really good job. Next and third is Shannon. I love this back leg. I think this curve looks beautiful. She's posing really nicely to show off her calves, the hamstring. She's got really nice roundness into the legs. Beautiful hamstring sweep on this back front leg as well, and a nice midsection. So she's got this flat, smooth stomach with a great oblique, but not too much rib is flaring. It's just a good, nice, straight shape. Very tiny waistline, nice amount of lat, beautiful definition into the delts. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more curve into the shoulders themselves. I find that she's got a bit more of a straightness to the sides of the arms, even though she has nice definition and she's posing at a nice angle. I'd still like to see more roundness here to match the roundness in the glute. Posing wise, it could just be the angle, but of course I want to make sure that the hand is not covering the glute. So if she could just get that to be a little bit further to the side, whether by playing with the elbow or twisting the shoulder just a tiny bit more so that the arm can fall straight down without obstructing. But overall, I think she's got a great look, really nice shape, really nice conditioning, beautiful suit, beautiful hair, really pretty makeup. It was a fantastic third place. Next in second is Leslie in a gorgeous red bikini. Her glutes look awesome. I particularly love where the glute and the hamstring come together here. She's got a nice curvy, bubbly hamstring, good sweep to the quad, nice groove in her hip, great oblique definition. I'm not sure if she's maybe not quite in the pose yet, but I would certainly bring this hand a little higher, like right at least to the level of the belly button, just to raise that elbow nice and high, really show off the shoulder. And then this front arm, I would just allow the arm to fall straighter, just to have a little bit more of a moderate shape, and just highlight the lat and the small waistline rather than bringing the eye out away from the body. I think she's got a great amount of muscle, nice size, nice curves, beautiful overall shape. And now in first is Myra. So good. Her abs look amazing. Very nice oblique, nice flat stomach, great size into the glute. It really comes out like horizontally, a nice amount. Beautiful sweep into the quads, some nice definition coming through as well. Great detail down by the kneecap, and wow, a lot of lat. That's very noticeable, that width and the tiny waistline. You see that triangular shape of her upper body extremely clear. I think she's got some good overall shape, nice size. The glute could even have a little bit more of the height up here, but it could just be the pose. It doesn't even look like she's quite in the pose in this photo. But yeah, I would still say try not to have too much roundness in this arm. Let the arm just fall. But she looks awesome. Beautiful makeup. I love the smooth, silky hair. This lat in particular really catches my attention, and it really helps to amplify that gorgeous hourglass shape. All right, looking at the girls in the lineup, I definitely notice Myra's lats. I think she's doing a really good job with the posing to be nice and open, to really show off that width. And I'm also noticing the curve in her glute. I think the other ladies, you're seeing a bit more of a straightness on the top of their glutes. Whereas with Myra, she's got some nice roundness that really sets her apart from the others. Shannon, of course, I'm noticing that quad in the back leg. I'm just loving the way that she's posing with her knees slightly towards the front. I think it's very flattering, gives her a nice curvy shape. Jill, those shoulders stand out to me. I'm loving all that definition and the size. Francesca, her abs are amazing. This oblique is so sharp and straight up and down. Really great conditioning into that back quad. And Leslie, man, her oblique also looks really awesome. She looks really lean, nice size into the legs. But Myra, to me, has the most width. She's the most hourglassy in the way she's got so much size coming into such a small waist, and then that beautifully curved glute. And then in the back pose, we've switched positions a little bit here. You can see Myra really has some nice size into the glutes and really clearly outlined tie-ins down at the bottom. Shannon catches my eye for how small her waistline is here. Francesca, I feel, could have a little bit more definition coming down into the tie-ins and the hamstrings. Jill has some fantastic size into the glutes. I would almost think that Jill could relax the elbows a little more, try to get more width into the back of her shoulders and the lats, and really get a great overall shape where you have a very wide coming into narrow. Leslie, beautiful height and roundness into the glutes. But I don't know, maybe it's the hair. I'm not quite seeing the hourglass as clearly on her as I see it, for example, with Myra and Shannon. Maybe just to have the hair a bit more of a triangular shape. It's just so that the delts are really popping and the waistline is really clear. Even Myra, I would say, could have a little bit less hair at the bottom to show off her tiny waistline. But everybody looked awesome. It's a great Masters division. Okay, 45 plus bikini. Shannon in first place, Chrissy in second, Janae in third, Maisha in fourth, and Yvonne in fifth. Here's Yvonne in fifth place. I love all the black hair, the black suit. It's very simple and eye-catching. It's a beautiful combination. It looks great with her skin, looks great against the backdrop. She's got some nice size into the legs. I think she's got a good amount of quad, beautiful small waistline, great lats, but I do think she needs more curve into the glute. There's a bit of a straightness here, beautiful curve at the bottom of the glute, but just more of that rounded shape closer to the strap of her suit, just to really fill out that overall curvy S curve of the back. But nice small waistline, nice definition into the delts, and just a really pretty overall look. I really love the black with the white crystal. It's very simple but very elegant. Next in fourth is Maesha, beautiful bright purple suit. I love her curly hair. The earrings really pop against her hair. It looks beautiful. She's got a very nice curve to the hamstring here. I like the definition you have in this leg as well, to see that beautiful size and bubbliness into the hamstring, and I love where the glute and the hamstring come together. She's got a lot of really nice round curves. Great sweep. I think her back leg has that great curve as well. Nice small waistline, good size in the lat, and a nice amount of width to the shoulders as well. So a really nice balanced overall shape, good posing. She just looks awesome. Maybe she could have a little bit more size into the lat. I think if she could get the width to be a bit more filled, a bit more substantial, I think that would match really nicely with the shape of her glute. Perhaps even just posing a little bit more towards the front, bringing this shoulder more forward and this shoulder more back, just to really fill out that overall triangular shape. But I think head to toe, she's got a great look, beautiful lines, very nice and trim waistline, and just a gorgeous overall look. All right, next and third is Janae. Gorgeous red suit. I love her big smile, the red lipstick. She's got some fabulous size into the quad and a really nice hamstring here as well. I love this line you have, really separating the quad from the hamstring. Nice definition by the kneecap. You even have a bit of that teardrop shape coming through in the back leg. She's got a nice small waistline with a really good amount of lat and shoulder. You clearly see that triangular shape. I think the midsection could be a little bit more defined if we could have a bit more of that smooth, tight skin with the six-pack abs showing just a little bit more, a little less about the rib and more about the ab definition itself. But I'm loving the delts. I love the outline. I love the size of the muscles in her arms. I think she's got really good balance between the arms and the delts and the lats, and then nice overall curvy shape. I think she looks really beautiful. Great suit, great smile, a fabulous third. Okay, next and second is Chrissy. Love this purple suit. It's like the absolute perfect match to the background. Looks awesome. She's got a really impressive curve in the glute, especially here at the bottom where the glute and the hamstring come together. Really nice ab definition. You've got six-pack, you've got oblique, you've got a nice open lat, nice size into the delts as well. The back arm, I think you're kind of losing some of that curvy shape. There's almost a little bit of a dip. So I would play around with the placement of this hand, where she's got the elbow, maybe try playing with the wrist just to maintain more of a curvy shape in this delt like you're seeing in this one. Also, in terms of the posing of this front leg, I like that her back leg you have a lot of sweep of the quad, but I find that you're kind of losing that in the front leg. Her front leg looks very slender. So I would play a little more with the angles and try to figure out how to make sure that this leg maintains more of that nice size and width and shows off more of her beautiful muscle. But I think overall, she looks really great. It's a beautiful suit, beautiful hair, nice makeup, and a great second place. And then in first place is Shannon, who we've already seen. So here are the ladies side by side. Shannon stands out because of that beautiful sweep of the quad. I think she's got a nice curve, a nice softness into the conditioning. but still lines. You still have a nice amount of definition in the quad, that groove in her hip, really nice detail in the abs, nice very flat stomach, and a tiny waistline. I think you also in this picture seeing a beautiful curve in her back, a nice overall hourglass shape. Chrissy, I think, has a super impressive curve into the glute, a nice ab definition, a little bit more detail coming through than any of the other competitors. So that might be something she needs to just be careful not to come in too lean. Maesha, gorgeous sweep of the quad, really nice roundness into the glute. I do think she's a bit too sideways in her torso, though. I would try to get this shoulder a bit more forward. Yvonne, beautiful tan, nice shoulders, but I do think she needs more curve into the glute. Janae, fantastic shoulders. I wouldn't mind even a little bit more forward facing for her as well, to bring this shoulder a bit more forward, this one a little bit more back, and then the arm could just really gracefully fall straight. Shannon, I mentioned it before, I'd be really careful that the hand isn't blocking the glute, just so we can see that full silhouette, but it could also be the angle of the photographer. But overall, I think everybody looks really great, but I'm loving the leg on Shannon and just that beautiful midsection, very smooth, very tight, very small, opening into a really nice upper body. And then in the back pose, I think Shannon stands out here for her small waistline and the width of the shoulders. So you clearly see that hourglass shape from the wide to the narrow, and then a nice size of glutes that complements the size of the shoulders. Chrissy has a little bit more width in the shoulders. She's got some really nice roundness into the glutes, but it doesn't quite look as long and lean of a triangle shape like you're seeing on Shannon. Janae, beautiful definition coming down into the hamstrings. Yvonne, really nice small waistline, nice roundness into the glutes. Maesha, beautiful glute ham tie-ins. You definitely see that definition here, and nice curves into the inside of her hamstrings. But I think Shannon takes it here for that gorgeous overall silhouette and the nice balance between upper and lower. And now Bikini 50 plus, we have Chrissy in first, Yvonne in second, Marissa in third, Olive in fourth, and Wynn in fifth. All right, here's Wynn in fifth place. Gorgeous shoulders. I'm loving the curve. I love the definition that she has. Really nice curves into the arms as well. Great calf. Beautiful curve into the hamstring and the quad. Her definition looks really nice. I think just to be careful, she's quite vascular into the arms, but she's got a nice amount of detail into the quads while still maintaining that good fullness and size. Beautiful oblique, some nice ab definition, but I do think at the end of the day she just needs a little bit more curve and fullness into the glute. It's a bit straight here. She's got nice curve at the top, but I just think a little bit more of that roundness into the lower part would be awesome. But overall, a great shape, nice color of the suit, looks great with her skin, nice beautiful big smile, beautiful silky smooth hair. I think she looks awesome. All right, next in fourth is Olive. Again, beautiful shoulders. I love the outlining of the delt. She's got some nice curve. I like the height that she gets into her shoulders here. Maybe a little bit more roundness onto the sides of the shoulders would be good to really fill out that shape. But she's got a nice lat, a nice small waist with some great detail coming through in her serratus. Beautiful curve to the bottom part of the glute where the glute and the hamstring come together. But I also feel that Olive could have had more size into the top part of the glute. I think she could have a bit more of that full round curviness from about the strap to the middle. She's got a nice sweep to the quad, nice definition into the calf. She's posing really well. I think it shows off her waistline. The shoulders could be a little bit more level, honestly. It almost looks like this shoulder is being pulled by her hand. So I would either kind of relax this back one a bit or pull this one higher just so that they're more level and straight and allow you to see that triangular shape of the upper body a little bit better. But it's a beautiful bright suit, looks great. I love her earrings. They really stand out with her hair. She looks lovely. Okay, next and third is Marissa. Wow, her shoulders are gorgeous. Fantastic roundness, beautifully outlined. I love the detail in her bicep. She is lean, like her upper body is so clearly defined. I like how much she's posing towards the front, so you're having a really good view of the upper body. Nice lat, nice small waist, good amount of oblique. I wouldn't mind if there was a bit more like six pack, a bit more of that definition, the tightness in the midsection to really show off some of the ab detail, but her obliques look crazy good. She's got some good curve to the glute, some nice hamstring. The back leg, the size looks fantastic. Nice curve into the quad. The front leg, though, I feel like we could try to get a little bit more curviness into the sweep here, whether it's just playing around with the foot placement just to try to highlight the roundness. But the suit is beautiful against her skin, but also with the backdrop. Her makeup looks really pretty. Her lipstick is a perfect color. She looks awesome. Maybe she could raise this backhand a little bit to try to bring the triangular shape higher and really play up the shoulders and the width of her upper body. Really open up, bring the chest up, the shoulders back and out, show us the lats a little bit more, and really open up the upper body. Next and second is Yvonne, who we've already seen, and Chrissy, who we've already seen as well. So here are the girls side by side, and Chrissy for sure stands out because of the shape and size of her glutes. I don't think anybody is really coming close to that fullness and roundness that she has all the way down to the hamstring. She's got some nice size into the legs as well and great ab definition. So I think she stands out very clearly. Beautiful shoulders, great posing, but those glutes, they kind of steal the show. And in the back, same thing. I think you notice the roundness in Chrissy, but also that nice definition coming down the legs. Yvonne, I think, has a really impressive curviness to the quads, to the inner leg, nice definition into the adductors, but Chrissy, you're noticing that tiny waistline, the height into the glutes, and a lot of width into her delts. So a really clear hourglass shape. Marissa, I think, needed more definition into the back of the legs. Olive could have a little bit more width into the upper body. Wynn, in this pose, almost seems like she's folded over a little too much. I'm kind of losing her tiny waistline. So I think it was a really good, clear win for Chrissy. Okay, moving on to women's figure open division. We've got Jennifer in first, Teresa in second, Christine in third, Katie in fourth, and Sandy in fifth. So here's Sandy in fifth place. Gosh, she looks awesome. The shoulders are so round, so high. She's got really nice tapered lats that come into a tiny midsection. That triangle shape, the V taper, is so good. Crazy definition in her abs and amazing legs. I love all the detail. I love that the lines go all the way from the inner thigh up to her suit. But she's got definition while still having really round, full muscles. It looks fantastic. I think her posing looks good. She's got some nice balance between the delts and the sweep of the quad. It's that tiny waistline that really catches my eye, though. Like, she looks amazing. The two things I can think of, I would be really careful with the suit. Maybe it's just because the number is here, but it almost feels like this side is lower and more rounded, like a scoop, and then this side is higher and sharper. So I would just try to make sure that both of them are sharp and very triangular and angled. I think that helps with the V shape. And then the other thing I was thinking is she could try to round her arms a little more. I find that she's got a lot of very sharp angles, a lot of straightness into the posing, the legs, just everything looks very straight. And I wouldn't mind a little bit more softness and roundness into the arms to play up some of the curves of the delt, the curve of the lat, the curve of the quad. So that's all I could think of. I think she looks really awesome. All right, next and fourth is Katie, and she's doing exactly what I mean about a little bit more curve. So her arms are rolling in, and it just makes your eye really travel over her silhouette. She's got incredible shoulders, great lats, a very beautiful tiny waistline, nice ab definition. I wouldn't mind if the lines were a little sharper going straight across, but smooth skin, beautiful legs, great definition, great size, great sweep, great curves. The suit is beautiful. I love how thin her straps are. I just think she looks gorgeous. Pretty makeup. Her hair is completely off her shoulders, so you have such a great view of her delts. I almost wish, though, that she had a little bit more sharpness in the definition in her upper body. I think her legs look perfect. You've got some feathering, you've got a lot of detail, but the delts to me could be sharper in the outline, maybe a bit more gloss to really highlight the upper body and just to have a bit more of an evenness to the definition between upper and lower. But I think overall her shape is fabulous and really, really nice posing. All right, next and third is Christine. She has some crazy width in her upper body. The shoulders just go and go. There's so much horizontal size. Really fantastic definition as well. The delts are clearly outlined, and what a lat spread. She's super wide in the upper body, really tiny in the midsection, nice abs, nice small waistline, and great detail coming through in the legs. I do think, though, that the legs are a little bit overshadowed by her upper body. I'm noticing the lats. I'm noticing the width. I would be careful to keep the legs pressed together, whether that would be just putting the heels more close and turning the toes out to really fill that space and play up the quad sweep. To me, with the little bit of space, the legs are looking more slender compared to the upper body. Not to say that she has slender legs, but just in terms of balance, I would really try to have a bit more roundness and fullness into the legs themselves. But I think she looks awesome. The hair color is bright. The suit is vibrant. Her tan looks good. And she's got an impressive amount of size. Okay, next and second is Teresa. Wow, she looks fantastic. I love the curve of her lats. I think she has a really nice silhouette. The curve of the delt, the curve of the lats, super tiny midsection. She's really vacuuming it in, showing us that ab definition, and gorgeous sweep to the legs. She's just so balanced, so curvy, nice detail in the quads. I love how the full quad is just outlined and so much detail coming through. I think she could have had a little bit more gloss on her upper body as well. Like the bottom, the calves, the quads, everything is so glossy and shiny and highlighted. And then the shoulders don't quite have that same pop. But that's really honestly all I can think of. I think she looks awesome. Great posing, beautifully intricate, gorgeous suit, very symmetric in its details. It just draws your eyes from center out and highlights the V taper. I think she looks stunning. And now in first place is Jennifer. She looks amazing. The legs in particular are fabulous. So much detail coming through, so much size in the inner thigh. That curve looks awesome. Great sweep. There's just so much mass bulging out of her legs. Really nice waistline with great definition in the abs and a super sharp V taper. So our last competitor, I was seeing more curviness. With Jennifer, I see sharp angles, a lot of straight to the V, right? You're seeing that really clear V shape coming straight into her suit and right back out. It looks awesome. She's got nice height into the delts, nice definition, great detail in the abs, great outlining of the delts. Her suit is vibrant. Her hair is all completely off her shoulders, so you see that gorgeous height. I love how she gets like a swoop right here. The traps come down and the shoulders come up. It looks amazing. She is fantastic. Okay, side by side, this is so hard. I think everybody looks awesome. Sandy could have a little bit more width into the lats to really play up that V shape, but what crazy delts she has. Katie, I'm loving her overall shape. Maybe just a little bit more detail coming through in the upper body. Christine, gorgeous definition in the legs, but I think when you have her between Jennifer and Teresa, she could have more size, particularly on the inside of the leg, but even a little bit more in the sweep, but super impressive in the lat spread. Then when you compare Teresa and Jennifer, they're both so impressive. Amazing quad sweeps, amazing definition, really nice small waistlines. Teresa to me is more rounded, more curvy, and Jennifer is more sharp and angled. But then in the back pose, I think Jennifer takes it here. The definition down into the hamstring and the size in her quad sweep really looks exceptional, combined with that crazy detail into the glute hams. I think Teresa has some beautiful size as well, but her outlining is not as sharp and her quad sweep is not as easy to see. I think Jennifer really has an impressive lower body and so much 3D in her back, like all the way everywhere from top to bottom. And check out the height on her shoulders. It's so clear. It really stands out. I think she looks just phenomenal. And that, of course, would put her at the top of the Olympia qualified list. Okay, let's look at our Masters 40 plus. In first place, Sandy. Second, Raquel. Third, Crystal. Fourth, Sylvia. And fifth, Jennifer. So here's Jennifer in fifth place. Great size. She's got a lot of sweep in the quads, a lot of beautiful width to the shoulders. I think she could have a little bit more roundness. You almost see a bit of a dipping into the shoulders right at the top of the delt. I'd love to see a bit more of that high rounded shape. But overall, she's posing really well. It shows off the V. Her conditioning could have been a bit sharper. I think a little more striation, a little bit more detail in the quads themselves would have been great. But she's got nice ab definition, a beautiful suit. I like that it's almost outlined in black. I like that her hair is off her face. The tan maybe even could have been a little bit darker too, just to really show off some of those muscles. But overall, she did awesome. All right, next in fourth is Sylvia. I love her detail. A lot of beautifully outlined quad muscles. The lines come all the way up her hip. Her abs look so impressive. Great leanness into the midsection. She's got a nice amount of lat. Beautiful delts, though I still think that even Sylvia could have a little bit more width into the upper shoulder, a little bit more curve, a little bit more roundness onto the sides of the delts themselves. Also, I think she needs to be really careful with the posing. Maybe she wasn't quite in the pose in this photo, but it almost seems like this hand is higher than this one, and so the shoulders don't quite have a perfectly symmetrical look. So I would try to really pull back the shoulders, get as much width as she can, and make sure they're perfectly level and symmetrical across the top. But she looks stunning. She looks so cool, so easy. Great suit. I love all the white crystals. Really, it looks so glittery and shiny, and she looks amazing. All right, next and third is Crystal. Look at those shoulders. So high, so round, really wide. Beautiful shape, nice lats. She's got a really nice narrow waistline, though I do think more ab definition would be nice if the obliques could be a bit sharper, a little bit more of the lines of the six pack, but crazy definition coming through in the quads. Maybe it's just the angle that we're at here, but it almost seems like this quad sweep looks more curved than this one. It could just be that we're not quite straight on in the photo. But so I'd be really careful about that. Just make sure that the symmetry is there. She clearly has a lot of definition coming through on the legs, but yeah, I would love to see a bit more detail into the midsection. Beautiful suit. It draws your eyes towards the lats. I think she looks stunning. Love the bright hair, but those shoulders, man, really catch my eye. All right, next and second, Raquel. Fantastic sweep of the quads. She looks so round, so bubbly, so curvy. The quads really match beautifully with the lats and the delts. She's just round and full. Tremendous size in her arms. I think it looks awesome. She's got some good definition coming through into the midsection. Great detail in the quads as well. And I'm loving all the sides she has in her inner thighs. She looks awesome. In this particular pose, I almost feel like there's too much space between the knees. Like maybe she could try to get the knees a little straighter and closer together just to be a bit more of a streamlined shape. But that's kind of the only thing I can think of. I think she looks really awesome. Great curves, great size, great fullness, beautiful definition. The suit is vibrant, really bright against her skin tone. I love her big smile. The makeup looks pretty. Coordinated nail polish. Like she just looks fabulous. And now in first place, Sandy, who we've already seen. So here's the lineup. Sandy looks impeccable. The abs stand out for sure. The definition in her quads looks amazing. The size of her delts. Like she's got it all from top to bottom. I think Jennifer has great size, but she doesn't have the definition. Crystal has great definition in her legs, but she doesn't quite have the abs. Raquel has beautiful curves into the legs, but doesn't have the shoulders compared to Sandy. And Sylvia has beautiful definition, but doesn't have the size in the legs like Sandy. So Sandy has it all. She's got size, she's got roundness, she's got height, she's got abs, she's got a tiny waist, and she's got a beautiful, round, large quad sweep. What more could you ask for? And in the back pose, everybody looks awesome. Really great V-tapers, nice small waistlines on Sylvia, on everybody. Sandy in particular, though, you notice the lats. You notice that nice height into the delts. Great sweep into the quads. I think she could be a little bit tighter into the definition, into the back of her glutes. I think Raquel has some really impressive glute hams. And Sylvia has such a beautiful smoothness into her glutes. It looks awesome. Crystal, great size into the glutes. Jennifer, again, really beautiful size. Her hamstrings look awesome, but it needed a bit more definition to show off the detail of the muscle. But Sandy, my gosh, the quad sweep, the waistline, the beautiful delts, I think she really nailed it. So that's it for this recap. Make sure you guys check out my predictions for the Olympia. I've got a whole video up on that. That Olympia is coming right away. And there are more show recaps coming as well. So make sure you subscribe. Give me a like if you like this video. Comment your thoughts below and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.